It is the shift in the auto industry. Electric vehicle production is ramping up and some drivers are all in.
Reports are showing that many people are making the switch as EV sales jump up 6% since the year 2018. But how else can electric transportation shape the world that we live in? Electric vehicles, the big story today.
Let's start with the big picture, gas versus electric. Which is more budget friendly long term? Well, on average, electric cars can get you about 100 miles for roughly $3.60. And with current gas prices averaging about $3.75 a gallon in Ohio, most 25-mile-per-gallon vehicles would need close to $16 just to make that same 100-mile distance.
Now here in Toledo, a big moment for Toledo Public Schools. Today, the Toledo Technology Academy of Engineering officially breaking ground on the state-of-the-art electric vehicle center.
It will allow students and adults to learn how to design and fix EVs. Construction's already begun on this $5.7 million electric vehicle center project. In order to prepare for classes next year, 2 teachers will get training at the Tesla facility in Houston, Texas. The center will serve high school students seeking jobs in a cutting-edge industry, current mechanics who want to keep up on their skills, and displaced auto workers who are looking for a new career.
So you'll see our kids are exposed to all the different variations and levels of industry to truly be able to work within this economy here in Northwest Ohio, whether it's the auto industry, the glass industry, or industries within itself. Our kids are certified to go right out and do that, at the same time have college credit and a degree towards it.
Funding for the project includes $1.25 million in federal support. It was secured by Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur. The facility is expected to be ready for students in the fall of next year.
Well, school buses have also entered the conversations of taking steps to go electric, with some districts across the country hoping to make that full switch by 2030. Here's Ginger Z.
School buses are the largest form of public transportation in our country. About 26 million children ride them each day. But now, some of them are going to look and sound a lot different. Electric buses are coming to schools all across the nation.
The number of kids that are able to go back to school in electric bus is at least twice as high as it was a couple of years ago, which is really, really great news.
According to the World Resources Institute's Electric School Bus Initiative, there are 500,000 school buses in the United States. And so far, school districts have received money for almost 6,000 electric alternatives. If school buses become fully electric, like the whole fleet, it would take carbon emissions down by 9 million tons. That's like taking 2 million cars off the road.
Electric school buses, even accounting for the current grid emissions, have half as much greenhouse gas emissions as any other type of bus on the road.
The buses are expensive and districts will need chargers, but Gander says that schools will save money on fuel in the long run. Those in favor of electric buses say that it's not just about helping the planet. The EPA warns that exposure to diesel exhaust can contribute to asthma. Gander said they want to switch the entire bus fleet to electric by 2030. So next school year, your child's bus could look a little bit different. With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
And it's not just school buses going the EV route. TARDA also taking steps to go green. Thanks to grants, the agency will be able to add 9 electric buses like the one you see here to its fleet. The rides will run on 100% power and replace the current diesel-powered buses. The plan is to have the new EV buses on the streets by the end of 2026.
More automotive companies are expanding their vehicle lineups to include more electric options. And with the International Auto Show pulling into Detroit next week, there will be a new EV experience to check out there. The Powering Michigan EV experience will feature an indoor track. It will give drivers a more immersive dive into the world of electric transportation. Michigan's Governor Whitmer also planning to speak at the show on how the state is making its mark in the electric auto industry.
Well, on top of the industry's leading automakers presenting their newest EV vehicles next week, there's another piece that is looking into electric vehicles that you may want to consider if you're deciding to make that switch. Tax credits are available for those with newer EV or FCVs. These tax credits are available for people that buy a vehicle on their own, as well as businesses, and they vary depending on the components of your vehicle here. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 changed the rules that went into effect in April of this year, but if qualified, there is a tax credit write-off of up to $7,500.
If you're a local EV driver who's not sure where to find a charging station, we have links to our website to help you locate the more than 130 stations across the Toledo area. You can check those out at 13abc.com.
Well, meanwhile, the city of Toledo is also working to up the options for electric vehicle drivers. The city currently owns 4 charging stations on North Superior Street downtown. The I-Team uncovered today that there are dozens of additional charging stations in the works. This summer, the city teamed up with the Lucas County Transportation Improvement District for a $14.8 million grant to fund this charging investment. Now, if the city is awarded that cash, the grant will fund a total of 60 new charging stations. 29 of those will be within the city limits. There are plans to install them at 10 city parks and community centers, as well as some metro parks and Toledo library locations. The federal grant would cover 80% of the cost of installation, and then a private company would cover the additional 20% of the startup costs. The additional 30 charging stations would be in spots around Lucas, Wood, Fulton, Ottawa, and Sandusky counties.
If you want to recap on this big story, you can watch it again on our 13 ABC News app. That is available as a free download in your app store. You can just pull out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen right now.